I'm going to start with my favorite items first this time. First up is the wide chino trousers. They've actually been in the U collection for a while now. And to be honest, the only reason why I bought these is because I've been dieting recently and I've gone down from a size 36 to about a size 32, and 4 inches makes a massive difference.
That's what she said.
Anyway, unlike a lot of the wide fit trousers that you get nowadays, they're not too exaggerated. It has the usual pocket and pocket like all Uniqlo trousers, but it doesn't have the drawstring waist. It's 100% cotton. It's got a really nice texture and also a decent thickness to the fabric as well. And it just looks and feels way better than what you'd expect from a £35 pair of trousers. And to be honest, I'd be happy to pay more than double price for something of this quality, but let's not give Uniqlo any inflation ideas. Right, next are the wide pleated trousers. I got these in black because I wasn't really feeling the light grey color. I don't think it goes well with kind of the earthy tones I get from a lot of my garments. Again, standard pocket and pocket, no drawstring around the waist this time neither, which I do think these will benefit from. They do have a double pleat design, which is quite cool. The fabric is thinner than the chino trousers and are definitely more of a smarter trousers in comparison to the chinos. Again, for a pair of pleated trousers, I think these are definitely worth it for £35. So on Uniqlo's Instagram page, they posted this picture where they are wearing a really cool jacket, which I assume this is the same guy. Now it turns out it's a woman's zip-up blouse. I really like the short boxy cut of this jacket, and it's 50% cotton and 50% lyocell, which gives it a nice semi-gloss look and kind of accentuate the design of the jacket. And I think it goes really well with the wide pleated trousers. As usual, I got this one as size XXL from the women's collection, and it's the biggest one available. And I normally go for a size large in Uniqlo's clothing. So if you do want to pick this one up, make sure you're going at least 2 sizes up. If you see my most recent video, then I don't think I need to say much about this t-shirt. Easily the best pound for pound t-shirt that you can buy right now. It's got a decent weight to the material with a great relaxed fit. I like the slightly rougher texture it has over the aerosol material. It's also 100% cotton, and I've got about 5 of these t-shirts and I've had them for a really long time, so I just bought an extra one because I love them so much. Next are the easy trousers. I've always been a fan of the easy trousers from Uniqlo. They are kind of like a hybrid between joggers and trousers, and they have made a decent change with these compared to the mainline ones. The fabric is slightly thicker and softer, and although it doesn't say pleated trousers, they actually do have a pleat on the front. They have a micro French terry texture to them, so it does make it look a little bit more casual than the other easy trousers. Now that's neither a good or a bad thing, more of an observation. Now these trousers, they're not actually from the U collection, but when I was going for checkout, they upsold these to me and I thought, yeah, might as well give them a try. So it's the woman's jersey barrel leg trousers. I picked this one up in a size XL, as it says 32 waist. But I'll probably need to go down a size because they are a little bit loose. I really like the overall design of these. I also like all 3 of the colors that they offer as well, but went with the olive. I didn't know this, but for the women's trousers, they don't actually have the same pocket and pocket, which I find kind of weird. Also, I can't really describe how soft the inside of these trousers are. Like on the outside, it's kind of got this rough texture to it, which again is also quite nice, but on the inside it almost feels like a completely different material. It's just super soft, and yeah, you got to try it to see what it feels like. So I was really looking forward to picking up these women's Supima oversized t-shirt, but it's super disappointing, and I actually think this is probably the worst Uniqlo item I've ever tested. The material is crazy thin. It's so thin that you can pretty much see through the top. I'm not sure if that's a good thing for you, but for me, that's a terrible design. It almost feels like toilet paper, and feels like if I was to apply any pressure to it, it would just rip. And because it's so thin, it doesn't have any structure to the garment. I know I'm judging a woman's piece as a man, but I don't see why anyone would want something that's this thin. So I definitely not recommend this item, and I'd say it's probably the worst thing Uniqlo has ever produced. As I mentioned before, the U crew neck is one of my favorite pieces of items of all time, and I was actually looking forward to getting a slightly more oversized fit to the U crew neck. Now overall, there are a lot of good things about this 3/4 crew neck. It's got a relaxed fit, drop shoulder and somewhat of a heavyweight material. I don't think is as thick as the regular crew neck though. However, I'm still yet to embrace the 3/4 length sleeves. I will definitely keep this piece though and experiment a little bit more with it, but if you're already into 3/4 length sleeves, then I think this is a no-brainer to pick up. Okay, next is the crew neck jumper, and I really don't understand why they've called this a jumper. Might be to justify the price, because really I think it should just be called a t-shirt. So the material is really thin, so if I show it to you on the camera, you can literally see through it, and I'm not even stretching it. I think the only reason why you'd want to get this is if you really want this double layered t-shirt look from the lookbook. Otherwise, I don't think it's a very good jumper, nor is it a good t-shirt. It just doesn't make sense to pick this one up. Okay, lastly is the single breasted coat. Now this is probably one of the more popular items from this drop because in the UK, some of the smaller sizes have already sold out. At first I wasn't too sure about it because honestly, the product photos are just horrible. No offense to the model. I actually think it's a really good throw-on piece to add some extra depth to your outfit. Pick this one up in a size XL because I usually go for a size large, but I always would have a few layers on underneath if I'm wearing a coat like this. So I decided to go up a size instead. So overall, I think I'd give this collection a consider it. There are some good items, but to be honest, most of them I've already got anyway. The product photos on a lot of them are also kind of weird as well. And most of this collection, especially in the men's, are just repeated items. Obviously, there are some good items to pick up, especially the trousers. And if you want to check out my video on the best t-shirt you can buy right now, then you can click on this link here. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.